Hey, welcome back to Flavor. It's another Tuesday episode. This one, we're gonna do sushi. This is a continental version of sushi. It's not gonna be the Japanese version of sushi because I'm not Japanese. But I'm going to use all of the ingredients that they use in order to prepare sushi the right way. So first, we're gonna start with the fish. So today I have some nice, beautiful red snapper, Florida. We're gonna fillet the fish, going down the back of it, try to get out as many bones as I can. And because of TV time, I have one prepared ready for you. So first, we're gonna take our fish fillets and we're gonna cut the fish fillets the size of the nori. This is nori. So I'm gonna guess in and around about that. And then we're gonna cut ourselves nice chunks, a julienne style of fish. I also have some grade A saku tuna. Nice. These are already the size of the nori, so somebody already decided to prepare this for us. And then we're gonna display that. So now that we have all of our preparation, today I decided to use asparagus, scallions, tuna, and red snapper. Here's our nori. Now that we have all this prepared, we're gonna cook the rice. This is a Japanese sushi rice. It's a short grain rice. It's a short grain rice that is extra starchy. It's similar to a borio, which is how they make risotto, but it's twice as starchy. So when we cook this, we're gonna start off with one cup of Japanese sushi rice, and then we're gonna use 1.5 cups of water, a pinch of salt, and a pinch of sugar. And we're gonna let that cook slow. Fortunately for you, I already have some done, speeding up this process. Ta-da! Sushi rice. Now this rice, after it's cooked and we've let it set, we're going to season it with rice wine vinegar. That's going to give that nice sweet tang that you taste when you eat your sushi at the sushi restaurants. And then I just take a spatula and I'm going to fold in the vinegar so that it coats the rice all the way through and the rice has a chance to absorb it. Now that that's ready, the most important thing, aside from the fish and the rice, is the sushi mat. This mat, it's a bamboo mat that's strung together with elastic, so that when you go and when you roll the sushi, you have a chance to pull it and stretch it so that you can form your nice sushi rolls. What I do is, so that I don't have to pick the rice out of all these little grooves that you see here, I'm gonna put it into a 1-gallon Ziploc bag. The plastic will help clean up later. First, we're gonna take our nori. This is a seaweed paper that holds the sushi together. And we're gonna put it, there's a smooth side and there's a rough side. I like to put the smooth side on the outside so that the finished product always looks neat and clean. The rough side is what the rice will adhere to while we're trying to roll our sushi. So first, we lay the sushi nori flat. I have a bowl of water here. We're gonna get our hands wet because of the starch content in this rice, it sticks to everything. So we get our hands wet. We grab a handful of rice that's still warm, yes, and we lay it flat onto our nori evenly, pressing it with your fingers. If you need to get your fingers wet again, that's what the bowl of water is for. I'm gonna leave about 2 inches on the end of this so that after we roll it, it's gonna be able to adhere to the rest of the sushi roll. That way you don't ever see any seams. So this particular roll, we're gonna take our nice red saku tuna and we're gonna lay one down the center of it. We'll take a green onion, scallions. I like them big, that way you can feel the crunch of the scallion. And we're gonna lay that next to it. And then if you wanna get really crazy, We can go with asparagus as well. We'll make the asparagus the same sizes so that they fit as well. We can stick the asparagus outside the ends because when we cut it and turn the asparagus up, give you a little tree effect. We're gonna wet our fingers again, and we're gonna just make like an envelope. Instead of using your tongue, I'm gonna use your fingers. And then we're gonna lift up the whole piece of wood. We're gonna wrap it around, and this is what I was talking about with the elastic. You're gonna pull it back so that the end of it adheres to the top of the rice. And then we're gonna lift up the bamboo, and we're just gonna roll it onto the plastic and then seal it with our fingers. And there we go, sushi roll. Now I'm gonna show you how to do an inside out roll. Inside out roll is when we have the rice on the outside. This is the rice on the inside, obviously regular inside in roll. This is an inside out roll. It's basically the same technique. You're gonna get your hands wet again. And then you're gonna lay a small layer, even, of rice on the what looks like the inside of the sushi roll. Again, make it even because this is eventually gonna be the outside of the roll. So you want it to be a perfect rectangle. You can just patch it in with as much or as little rice as you so desire. I'm gonna take my knife. I'm gonna cut off the excess. And you might be thinking to yourself, wow, how's he gonna seal it? Well, this one, the rice is gonna help seal it itself. After we have cut our piece off, we have our rice on our nori. We're gonna take the whole thing and flip it over. See how easy that was? You think these guys, somebody was watching. And then we're gonna take our red snapper fillet, and we're gonna take a tuna fillet, why not? We're gonna stack that up on it. And then you're gonna do the same thing. You're gonna do the same thing as you did with the regular sushi roll, except we're not gonna pull it into it. You're just gonna kind of free form it so that the rice sticks to itself. And there we go, inside out roll. We're gonna take the inside out roll, hit it with a little sesame seeds. Nice. Form it again just to make sure that everything's in there. Sushi, and then the sesame seeds stick to the rice. And then as you can see, the rice is adhered to itself. Now it's time to plate the sushi. I gotta wash my hands, give me 2 seconds. Like I said earlier, all that sticky rice sticks to everything. So I gotta get it off so that I don't stick to my knife, because nobody wants to cut themselves today, not me, not on camera. So anyway, we're gonna take our knife that we cut our fish with, and we're gonna get it wet. We're gonna get it wet in that hand water that we used. Because in order to slice the sushi clean and straight, the knife needs to be wet. So first, we're gonna cut it in half. See that? Remember all the stuff we put into that roll? There it is, tuna, scallions, asparagus, oh yeah, rice. And then we're gonna line them up together. Remember, we get the knife wet again, because as you can see all this? This is that starch I was talking about, stuck to my knife. It's gonna make a mess. And then we're just gonna cut it into bite-sized pieces. Take our nice plate. Everything gets eaten. That's the beautiful thing about sushi. Everything gets used up. If it looks like it's a little bit ugly, we just turn it over. Just turn that over. See that? It's a beautiful thing. And then we're gonna take our inside out roll. This is also important, you get the knife wet. This got the same amount of rice, but it's on the outside. You don't wanna mess it up. So we're gonna cut that in half again. Look at that, tuna snapper. I like to cut these individual. That way we don't drag the rice through the roll. And there you go, little inside out action. And if they're ugly, just put it in the mouth. I already took time and I prepared a little soy sauce with sesame seeds in it for dipping. Konnichiwa, bon appetit, enjoy.